Whether you're aiming to mend your favorite pair of jeans, hem that top that just doesn't sit right, or create something entirely new, being equipped with the right tools is essential to your creative success. Hi there, my name is Liam from Echidna, and today I'm here to put together a comprehensive list of sewing tools and accessories that you'll require as a sewer. So before you shell out that pretty penny on a humper stumper or start preheating that oven for that tailor's ham, let's talk about what you really need to get started on your sewing journey. Unless you're determined to become the world's fastest hand sewer, owning a working sewing machine is probably the most essential item you'll need if you wish to become a sewer. You don't need a new one, you don't need an expensive one, all you need is a good quality machine that has been both used and stored correctly. Bonus points if it's been serviced on a semi-regular basis. Now, if you're lucky enough to have an Aunt Beryl who is downsizing her house to move to Las Vegas with her new boyfriend and has bestowed her hand-me-down machine that's been sitting in a storage locker for the past decade upon you, getting it serviced and looked at by a technician is something I definitely recommend doing. Sewing machines are similar to cars in the sense that if you don't run your machine semi-regularly, issues such as lubricants drying out and dust accumulating to create clogs in the machine will undoubtedly begin to arise, often leading to your machine being more prone to snapping threads and seizing up. Alongside your hand-me-down machine, you may also inherit Aunt Beryl's collection of antique threads that she used to sew her own wedding dress back in the day, which, don't get me wrong, is a lovely, generous and thoughtful gift, but a little known fact about threads is that they actually have a shelf life to them and degrade in quality over time due to many unavoidable elements: dust, debris, temperature fluctuations, humidity, exposure to light. All of these things play a part in degrading the quality of your threads, which leads to less durability and more issues with your stitching. So loading up on a good fresh set of threads will help ensure that you have the greatest success possible with whatever project you are completing. Another very important tool to invest in is your machine's needles. Although needles don't degrade over time, investing in a fresh pack of universal needles will help avoid a lot of battling with Aunt Beryl's vintage pincushion. You'd be surprised at how useless a ballpoint anti-glue embroidery needle with a larger eye is on a domestic sewing machine. If you really wanted to become the jack of all trades when it comes to the sewing game, all you'd really need is a pack of universal needles, stretch needles, and a pack of denim or jeans needles. These bad boys will cover all the bases to sew practically anything your heart desires. Investing in a pair of good quality fabric scissors is a crucial move at any stage of your sewing journey. Fabric scissors are equipped with specially designed blades that minimize a fabric's fray and don't blunt as quickly as household scissors do. They can also come with specially designed handles that provide better leverage and control when using them, resulting in clean, precise, comfortable cuts through all kinds of fabric. A fantastic tip with fabric scissors is to isolate these scissors from any other form of cutting, as using them on other materials such as paper, cardboard or plastic may cause burrs along the blade or make them so blunt they're no longer capable of executing their high quality cuts. Once upon a time I used to have the most lovely pair of dressmaking shears. Once upon a time I also had a brother. I once caught said brother using said shears to cut his steak into chunks for a stroganoff. Now I only have a pair of lovely dressmaking shears and the status of being an only child. As the highly respected ancient philosopher and poet Hannah Montana once said, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days, oh yeah. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. And I'm yet to find someone to prove to me that that statement is incorrect. Now, whether you've sewn your garment with both the right sides up, sewn your collar upside down, or attached your zipper inside out, you'll almost certainly sew something at some stage that you didn't mean to sew. And that's where a seam ripper will become your best friend. A seam ripper is an essential tool designed to remove stitches, undo seams, and correct sewing mistakes in a way that prevents damaging the fabric. A seam ripper typically consists of a handle, a shaft, and a forked head. The head features a sharp pointed tip on one side and a small ball on the other, with a blade located along the U-shaped edge. The pointed tip allows for precise insertion underneath stitches, while the ball helps prevent accidental fabric slices and eases in navigation. Some models also include a safety cap for blade protection. It is a must-have for sewers of all levels of experience, and investing in one of these with a longer handle will help prevent the possibility of damaging your wrist or fabric. The only thing worse than having to re-sew a seam is having to do it with carpal tunnel. Another smart investment is getting yourself a small pair of snips that are used to trim your loose thread tails from your freshly sewn seams. Their small, sleek design makes cutting our pesky flyaway threads a breeze and allows us to cut leaving as little of a tail as possible. Investing in a brand new set of glass head dressmaking pins that are sharp, strong and rust-free will help secure your fabric edges together and prevent them from drifting or scooting out of alignment as you sew, whilst leaving no majorly noticeable holes or marks. Although it may be tempting to purchase those cute plastic teddy bear shaped pins, you truly can't go wrong with glass head pins as they're easy to see, handle and source, whilst also being heat proof, which is the most important feature, especially if you're pressing your fabric. You should always be pressing your fabrics. They're quite gorgeous with their colourful little vibrant heads too. See? The investment in a good, high-quality steam iron is one tool that people often overlook, either opting for a cheap, flimsy iron or just not using one at all. Could you imagine? Don't underestimate the power of a good press. It actually plays a bigger role in achieving those accurate and professional-looking results than you may think. Ironing wrinkles out of fabric, flattening seam allowances, or pressing your design lines to appear crisper and more refined all contribute greatly to achieving that highest quality result you really want. Equipping yourself with an iron that is a bit more upmarket will often provide you with the necessary perks of a consistent level of heat, faster heating times, and overall greater longevity. Pairing your quality iron with a sturdy ironing board or a wool pressing mat that's at least 12mm thick will never do anything but serve you and provide you with the highest results possible, with ease and very little room for error. If you're somebody who's going to be altering garments or making them from scratch, a measuring tape is definitely an essential item that you'll need, as it allows you to accurately measure the adjustments, fabric dimensions, and seam allowances of your designs or garments. This ensures the final garment will fit correctly and the construction will meet all of the necessary requirements. Measuring tapes often come double-sided, with centimetres on one side and inches displayed along the other, saving you from all that unnecessary conversion math and allowing you to work with whatever unit of measurement you're used to. It also makes you look insanely professional and highly skilled when you wear it around your neck. Would you currently trust me to sew your wedding dress? How about now? Right? Exactly. Tailor's chalk is an essential item in the art of sewing for making temporary precise markings on fabric that can be easily removed, assisting greatly with your accuracy when you're sewing. Whether you're navigating where the perfect placement of your buttons and buttonholes will be, or marking in darts or tucks, Tailor's chalk undoubtedly assists us in achieving those dead straight stitch lines or perfecting our detail placement and application, which is what we all want to do when we're sewing. A more modern equivalent to Tailor's chalk that is gaining popularity in recent times would be an erasable fabric marker, a marker with ink in it that can be easily removed, often by friction or with the simple press of an iron. These handy little guys are a phenomenal invention, but are far from perfect. On some fabrics such as silk or chiffon, the ink tends to bleed or smudge, which can defeat the entire purpose of the tool. They can also sometimes leave behind a white cast or ghost marks when removed, so using them on heavily patterned or darker fabrics might not actually be such a great idea. Do I look like other mother? Buying extra bobbins for your sewing machine is a great idea for many reasons. If you're doing a larger project, it can sometimes be quite frustrating to have to unthread your machine to wind a new one because your current bobbin has run out of its thread. Having an extra one on hand that has been wound during the initial stages of your project will save you time and energy, as you can swap it out instantly and keep your machine threaded. You can also allocate a bobbin to hold one specific colour rather than fully unwinding and rewinding the same bobbin with a different thread each time you change colour, saving you crazy amounts of thread, time, and in the long run, money. That brings us to the end of our comprehensive list of essential tools you'll need as a sewer. It is also wise to store all of the aforementioned tools and accessories somewhere out of direct sunlight, away from the elements, and somewhere safe so that they stay in good nick and don't go on walkabout. You could also perhaps get yourself a nice little case or bag. Go on, You deserve it. Treat yourself. Another tip worth mentioning is to garner your tools and supplies over time, because although it is tempting to buy every thread color known to man or get equipped with every type of needle bar the medical kind, buying your supplies according to your current project is both wise financially and spatially. I can almost promise you that you'll have thread left over, or your needle will still have a little bit of life left in it, allowing you to save it for another day. For more beginner tutorials, tips and tricks, check out our other beginner sewer videos or check out our website for a full array of tips and tricks regarding everything. Thank you for joining me here today, and I hope you had fun, learned something new and feel more confident with your skill set. Until next time guys, bye!